Imagine a bustling Roman city, Pompeii, full of life, markets and laughter. The streets echo with the sounds of merchants calling out their wares, children playing, and neighbors chatting in the warm Mediterranean sun. It was a place where people lived, loved and dreamed, never imagining that everything could change in an instant. In less than a day, it vanished, buried beneath volcanic ash. The city was swallowed whole, its vibrant life extinguished in a matter of hours, leaving behind only silence and darkness. This isn't fiction. In 79 AD, Mount Vesuvius erupted with unimaginable force, erasing Pompeii from the map. The eruption sent a deadly cloud of ash, pumice and toxic gas racing down the mountainside, catching everyone by surprise. The city's end was swift and total, a chilling display of nature's power. Buildings collapsed, streets disappeared and thousands of lives were lost in a single afternoon. Pompeii's people lived in the shadow of Vesuvius, never suspecting the mountain's true danger. To them it was just part of the landscape, a silent giant, looming but harmless. For centuries the city's location was forgotten, its story fading into legend. Nature reclaimed the land, covering the ruins with earth and vegetation, hiding all traces of the once thriving city. Farmers unknowingly worked the land above, sometimes unearthing mysterious artifacts. Pottery shards, coins and statues would occasionally surface, hinting at a lost world beneath their feet. The ash that destroyed Pompeii also preserved it, sealing homes, art and daily life in a time capsule. Everyday objects from kitchen tools to jewelry were locked away, untouched for centuries. When archaeologists began excavating in the 1700s, they found a city frozen in its final moments. It was as if time had stopped, capturing the last day of Pompeii in extraordinary detail. Streets, homes, even loaves of bread in ovens, everything was eerily intact. The smallest details of daily life were preserved, offering a rare glimpse into the ancient world. Pompeii offers a unique window into the ancient world, a city lost and found. Walking its streets today, you can almost hear the echoes of its former residents. Its preservation is miraculous, giving us a direct connection to the people who lived and died there. The art, the architecture, and even the expressions of its people have survived the centuries. The tragedy and the discovery make Pompeii one of history's most astonishing stories. It is a place where the past feels alive, and where every stone tells a tale of both loss and survival. It's a reminder of how quickly life can change, and how the past can resurface centuries later. Pompeii teaches us about the fragility of civilization and the enduring power of memory. Pompeii's silence lasted over 1,500 years, but its story now speaks louder than ever. The city stands as a testament to both human achievement and the unpredictable forces of nature. This is the city that vanished in a day, and was reborn as a legend, forever etched into the story of our shared human past. Before disaster struck, Pompeii was a thriving jewel of the Roman Empire, a city that dazzled with its energy and splendor. Nestled on the sparkling Bay of Naples, Pompeii was a favorite retreat for wealthy Romans seeking relaxation and pleasure by the sea. The city buzzed with trade, culture, and daily life, its streets alive with merchants, soldiers, and families. Laughter and conversation filled the air, as people from all walks of life mingled in the bustling markets and lively forums. Pompeii boasted advanced engineering, aqueducts brought fresh water, public fountains sparkled, and grand bathhouses welcomed citizens. These innovations made daily life comfortable and luxurious, setting Pompeii apart from many other cities of its time. Its amphitheater hosted thrilling gladiator games, drawing crowds from near and far, while the Forum was the heart of politics and commerce, where decisions shaping the city were made. Homes and public buildings were adorned with vibrant frescoes and intricate mosaics, each telling stories of gods, heroes, and daily life in vivid color. Gardens bloomed with fragrant flowers, and elegant villas showcased Roman luxury, featuring marble columns, ornate statues, and lush courtyards. As a bustling port city, Pompeii traded goods from across the empire. Wine, olive oil, and exotic imports from distant lands filled its markets, making it a hub of commerce and culture. Prosperity was everywhere, reflected in the city's architecture and art. Statues, fountains, and decorative details spoke of wealth and refined taste. Pompeii was more than a city, it was a symbol of Roman sophistication and the good life, where people enjoyed feasts, music, and the pleasures of urban living. All of this flourished under the watchful, seemingly gentle presence of Mount Vesuvius, a mountain that loomed large in the background of daily life. No one suspected the mountain's deadly secret, or imagined how quickly everything would change. To the people of Pompeii, Vesuvius was simply a beautiful, ever-present mountain, a familiar part of the landscape that inspired awe rather than fear. Its slopes were covered in greenery, and its presence was woven into daily life, not as a threat, but as a symbol of nature's bounty. For generations, families had lived and thrived on its fertile slopes, cultivating vineyards and farms that produced some of the region's finest wines and crops. The mountain's rich soil was a gift, and few questioned what lay beneath. The very word volcano didn't even exist in their language. The idea that a mountain could erupt with fire and ash was unimaginable. Yet, subtle warning signs began to appear, tremors that rattled homes and disturbed sleep, a devastating earthquake in 62 AD that damaged buildings and frightened citizens, and strange animal behavior that puzzled even the wisest elders. Despite the destruction, the people of Pompeii rebuilt their city with determination, never suspecting that the mountain itself was the source of their troubles. In the days leading up to the eruption, wells mysteriously dried up, cracks appeared in the earth, and tremors grew more frequent and intense. Still, life continued as usual. Animals grew restless and uneasy, but the people, lacking the knowledge to interpret these signs, dismissed them as oddities or bad omens, not as warnings of disaster. On that final morning, the city awoke as it always had. Markets opened, vendors set out their wares, and families began their daily routines, completely unaware of the danger looming above. No one imagined that disaster was imminent, or that their lives would soon be changed forever. Without scientific understanding or instruments to warn them, the people of Pompeii were left vulnerable, unable to comprehend the true nature of the threat. Pompeii was a city living on borrowed time, its citizens blissfully unaware and completely unprepared for the catastrophe that was about to unfold. The true tragedy was not just the eruption itself, but the total surprise and helplessness that gripped the city in its final moments. In the shadow of Vesuvius, life continued as always, until, in an instant, everything changed. Midday brought catastrophe. Vesuvius erupted with a thunderous explosion. A towering column of ash and rock shot into the sky, blotting out the sun. Darkness fell over Pompeii as panic swept the streets. Volcanic debris rained down. Pumice stones and choking ash covered everything. People fled or sought shelter, hoping stone roofs would protect them. The air grew thick, hard to breathe, and the city was buried under a relentless downpour. Some tried to escape, wading through deep pumice, battered by falling stones. Others huddled indoors, trapped as roofs began to collapse under the weight. Lightning flashed within the ash cloud, illuminating chaos and fear. The first stage of the eruption was terrifying, but not instantly fatal for all. Choices made in these moments, run or hide, would determine survival. For many, shelter became a deadly trap as the city disappeared beneath the ash. The nightmare was only beginning. The rain of pumice and ash continued for hours, growing heavier. Streets vanished under meters of debris. Roofs buckled and collapsed. Those hiding indoors were trapped as their homes became tombs. Outside, escape was nearly impossible. Deep pumice made every step a struggle. The air was cold, the stones still warm, and darkness absolute. Lightning flickered, revealing scenes of desperation. Archaeologists later found skeletons huddled in corners, some clutching valuables, others holding loved ones. The artifacts tell stories of last moments, keys, coins, and final embraces. This slow, grinding destruction set the stage for an even deadlier event. The city was being buried alive, its fate sealed by the relentless rain from the sky. Pompeii's landscape was transformed beyond recognition, but the worst was yet to come. After hours of ashfall, the eruption's deadliest phase began. The eruption column collapsed, unleashing a pyroclastic surge, a scorching avalanche of gas, ash, and rock. This cloud raced down Vesuvius at terrifying speed, hotter than an oven, instantly fatal. No building could protect against it. Survival was impossible. The surge swept through Pompeii, ending all life in seconds. Multiple waves followed, each burying the city deeper in fine ash. This ash filled every space, preserving the shapes of bodies and objects. The final moments of Pompeii's people were captured in haunting detail. The city was silenced, transformed from chaos to a buried tomb. The eruption's fury was absolute. Life ended, but preservation began. Pompeii was lost, hidden beneath a thick shroud, waiting centuries to be found. The fiery nightmare was over, but its legacy was just beginning. Nature's violence had created a time capsule for the ages. Centuries later, archaeologists made a haunting discovery: voids in the ash where bodies once lay. Giuseppe Fiorelli had an idea: fill these spaces with plaster. The result? Plaster casts capturing people's final moments. Postures, clothing, even expressions. These are not sculptures, but real imprints of Pompeii's last day. We see a mother shielding her child, a man curled in fear, a dog still chained. Each cast tells a personal story of struggle and loss. They are powerful reminders that these were real people, not just ancient names. The casts bridge 2,000 years, making the tragedy deeply human. They are Pompeii's most poignant legacy, a silent, unforgettable testament to lives lost. Through them, the past reaches out to us. For over 1,500 years, Pompeii lay hidden beneath ash. In 1748, excavations began, revealing not ruins, but a city frozen in time. Homes still held furniture, bakeries had loaves in ovens, workshops were filled with tools. The preservation was astonishing, like the residents had just stepped out. Pompeii transformed our understanding of Roman life. Art, graffiti, politics, and daily routines all survived. Every object, from pots to jewelry, tells a story of the people who lived there. Excavation continues today, with new technology uncovering more secrets. Pompeii is a living laboratory for historians and scientists. It's a fragile treasure, offering an intimate look at a world lost in a single day. Through Pompeii, we step directly into the ancient past. Pompeii's story is a powerful lesson about nature's might and human vulnerability. It reminds us that even the most advanced societies can be humbled by the planet's forces. Today, science helps us monitor volcanoes and prepare for disasters, knowledge the Pompeians never had. The tragedy underscores the value of listening to scientific warnings. Pompeii's preservation connects us to our shared human story. Hopes, fears, and daily life echo across centuries. The city's silence speaks volumes about resilience, curiosity, and remembrance. Pompeii is both a tragedy and a miracle, a lost world rediscovered. What will you take from its story: the speed of destruction, the haunting casts, or the miracle of preservation?